Hi everyone, welcome to Nursing Hub. My name is Ashley. Here in this video, I would like to explain Nightingale nursing theory, or otherwise it is called as environmental theory. We all know Florence Nightingale is the founder of modern nursing. She became famous when she had taken care of soldiers who were wounded during the war. She understood that the living condition of these soldiers making them more unhealthy. Many soldiers died who were living in an overcrowded area with lack of ventilation, poor nutrition, lack of supplies, and stale air. So, what she did is she began collecting evidence regarding the importance of good living condition, which ended up in her environmental theory. So, let's see what is environmental theory by Florence Nightingale. Here in this slide, we can see about Florence Nightingale. So, Florence Nightingale was born on 12th May 1820. She began her nursing training in 1850 in Kaiserwerth, Germany. She pioneered the concept of formal education for nurses. Her experience in treating sick and injured soldiers during the Crimean War strongly influenced her philosophy of nursing. So, this I already have told in the first slide. And as we know, she is the founder of modern nursing. Florence Nightingale is also considered the first nursing theorist, although her writings differ in form, tone, terminology, and style from those of contemporary theorists. As we all know, she is also known as the Lady with the Lamp. In 1859, she explained her environmental theory in her famous book, Notes on Nursing: What It Is, What It Is Not. Her ideas continue to form the basis of current nursing practice. We all know we are giving much importance for the environment of the sick patient when the patients are admitted in the hospital. She was the first to propose nursing requires specific education and training, and we celebrate International Nurses Day on May 12th, which is observed in respect to her contribution to nursing. And she died on 13th August 1910. So in this slide, we can see what she was thinking about the environmental theory. So she believed the environment had a strong influence on patient outcomes, and many elements of her environmental theory are still practiced today. Nightingale's concepts of theory are brief, simple, and easy to understand. Nightingale based her ideas on individual, societal, and professional values. Her strongest influence were education, observation, and hands-on experience, which we can see in the later slides. She formulated her ideas and values through years of working with charities and in hospitals and military infirmaries. Nightingale's theory has significantly influenced three other theories: adaptation theory, need theory, and stress theory. In this slide, we can see some general information about environmental theory. So before starting, we all know when we go for the community posting, when the people are staying together, when in the overcrowded area, the communicable diseases are more common in those areas rather than the other areas. So same thing she is explaining in this in her environmental theory. So the foundation of Nightingale's theory is the environment, all the external conditions and forces that influence the life and development of an organism. The interrelationship of a healthful environment with nursing provides the basis of her theory. In her era, unsanitary conditions and disease posed a great hazard. So that had happened in the case of soldiers. According to Nightingale, external influences and conditions can prevent, suppress, or contribute to disease or death. Her goal was to help the patient retain his own vitality by meeting his basic needs through control of the environment. So, if we control the environment, if we are living in a good environment, we can prevent most of the diseases. In this slide, we can see what are her assumptions regarding the environmental theory. So, she considers the nursing is separate from medicine. Nurses should be trained. The environment is important to the health of the patient. The disease process is not important to nursing. So, she considers disease process mainly it is the work of doctors, and the nursing should support the environment to assist the patient in healing. Research should be used through observation and empirics to define the nursing discipline. So she gives much importance for the research. Nightingale also says nursing is both an empirical science and an art. So, empirical science here in the sense it is a knowledge about the human being, and art means the art of healing or art of caring. Nursing's concern is with the person in the environment. The person is interacting with the environment. So, in each and every time when we are moving around, we are we are interacting with the environment. Sickness and wellness are governed by the same laws of health. The nurse should be observant and confidential. So when a patient comes to us, we need to observe what are the main problems of the patient, what is his environment, not only the external environment but the internal environment, what are his stress, what are his problems. We need to identify all those. Nightingale identifies three types of environment: physical, psychological, and social environment. So, Nightingale considers a patient's physical environment as keeping records and statistics on mortality and illness in the ward. A patient's psychological and social environment are addressed by providing positive stress-free surroundings. So when the patient is coming to the hospital, so they may be in different kinds of stress, like when they're away from the family, who will be taking care of their family members, and when they are in the ward, they may be feeling like many patients are there, many relatives are coming, so they may not be comfortable in that situation. So our responsibility is to provide stress-free surroundings for the patient. Now we can see one by one. First, we'll see the physical environment. So it consists of physical elements where the patient is being treated, such as ventilation, warmth, cleanliness, light, noise, and drainage. So we know when the patient is coming to the hospital, we are giving much importance to the patient's environment. We try to make the proper ventilation, warmth, cleanliness, everything in the hospital. So the physical environment affects all other aspects of the environment. For example, cleanliness of the physical environment directly relates to the disease prevention and patient mortality. And physical environment influences a patient's psychological environment. And the second is psychological environment. So the psychological environment can be affected by a negative physical environment which causes stress, as I already explained in the previous slide. Requires various activities to keep the mind active. For example, manual work, appealing food, and a pleasing physical environment help a person survive psychologically. And the psychological environment involves communication with the person, about the person, and about other people. Communication should be therapeutic, soothing, and unhurried. So, always the communication is very important in the nursing field when we take care of our patient. Now, the social environment involves collecting data about illness and disease prevention, which includes such components of the physical environment as clean air, water, and proper drainage. It consists of a person's home or hospital room as well as the total community that affects the patient's specific environment. So, we know when the patient is in the overcrowded areas, I told in the previous slides, they're more prone to develop different kinds of communicable diseases. So we need to make sure that our patient is in the safe area to avoid those kinds of communicable illnesses. So we can see 13 canons, which is the basis of Nightingale's theory. So in the 13 canons, first one is ventilation and warmth. The interventions subsumed in this canon include keeping the patient and patient's room well ventilated and free of odors. Wherever the patient is, if the patient is at home, if the patient is at a clinic, or if the patient is at a hospital, we need to make sure that the patient's room is well ventilated and free from all kinds of odors. Second is health of houses. This canon includes the five essentials, that is pure air, water, efficient drainage, cleanliness, and light. Then the third is petty management, that is continuity of care of the patient when the nurse is absent. So even when the patient is going home after the treatment, we need to make sure that the patient is getting proper treatment. That is petty management. So the fourth one is noise. So here the instructions which are including the avoidance of sudden noises that startle or awaken patients and keeping noise in general to a minimum. So when the patient is in the hospital, minimize the noise. That is the noise which is made by other patients or with the relatives or by the nurses. Then variety. So variety refers to an attempt to provide variety in the patient's room. Like we can color the wall of the patient, or we can provide some magazines or some novels. According to the patient's interest, we can provide variety of things to avoid the boredom and depression. Sixth one is food intake. So interventions include documentation of the amount of food and liquid that the patient ingests. So same way as we make the intake and output chart. So the seventh canon is food. So here the instructions include trying to include patients' food preferences. So in hospital, most of the time we do that. The dietitians come and ask regarding the food preferences of the patients and provides the food up based on that. Then eighth one is bed and bedding. So we know we need to provide a wrinkle-free dry bed to the patient to provide comfort to the patient. Ninth one is light. So the instructions contained in this canon relate to adequate light in the patient's room. That is very, very important for the patient. Canon 10 explains about cleanliness of rooms and walls. So mainly focusing on keeping the environment clean. Canon 11 focus on personal cleanliness. So this includes measures such as keeping the patient clean and dry. So if the patient is able to walk and go for a bath or something, they can do by themselves. Otherwise, we give the bed bath in the hospitals. Then chartering hopes and advice. So here Nightingale especially says that to avoid a talking without a reason or giving advice that is without fact. That is very, very important. Then observation of the sick. This canon includes instructions related to making observations and documenting observations. Whatever we are finding in the patient's changes, any changes which is happening, everything we need to note down. So that she explains in this last canon. So in this slide, we can see the Nightingale's theory and the four concepts of the nursing meta paradigm. So in my previous video, you must have seen the meta paradigm consists of four things, that is person, environment, health, and nursing. So here Nightingale considers a person as a patient. She she is considering person is a human being acted upon by a nurse or affected by the environment. She believes that patient has reparative powers to deal with the disease. When the disease occurs, the patient has reparative powers within him. Recovery is within the patient's power as long as a safe environment for recuperation exists. So she believes that if we provide a proper environment, safe environment, the recuperation exists within the person itself. The next paradigm is environment. So we know her theory is based on the environment. So that is the foundation of her theory. So she comprises the external conditions and forces that affect one's life and development. So that is considered as the environment, and which includes everything from a person's, that is from food to a person's verbal and non-verbal interactions with the persons. So whatever is around us, everything she considered as environment. So the next paradigm is health. Health is described as maintaining well-being by using a person's power to the fullest extent. Disease is viewed as a reparative process instituted by nature. Health is maintained by controlling environmental factors to prevent disease. Health and disease are the focus of the nurse who helps a person through the healing process. So the main role of a nurse is to identify the health and disease of the patient, so which is mainly controlled by the environmental factors. If you are controlling the environmental factors, the health and disease will be controlled by the nurses. And the nursing, the fourth meta paradigm, aims to provide fresh air, warmth, cleanliness, quiet, and a proper diet, which we have seen in her canons. Uh, Nursing facilitates a person's reparative process by ensuring the best possible environment. So, how the patient can recover from the illness. And the nursing influences the environment to affect health. Nursing is a discipline distinct from medicine, focusing on the person experiencing a reparative process rather than the disease of an anatomical structure or the person's physiology. So she is considered already. We have seen in her assumptions, nursing is different from medicine. So she is mainly explaining that she is mainly explaining the reparative process of the person rather than the disease process. And here the nursing supports the nursing process. Now we can see what are the strengths of Nightingale's theory. So we already have seen the Nightingale's theory, so it is easily applicable to all patient care settings. The models and theories, meaning and purposes is easily understood. Nightingale's writings are easy to read and understand, regardless of the difference in time period and changes in terminology over the years. The weaknesses of Nightingale's theory is it does not directly discuss the effects of environment on patients. So we know she is explaining that environment has a function in patient cell, but she's not explaining what is happening if the environment affects on patients. And the theory is limited but still effective. Now we can see the important part in this Nightingale's theory, that is Nightingale's theory and nursing process. How can we apply nursing process into Nightingale's theory? So here I am giving an identification data of a patient. The patient name is Mrs. James, age 72 years, gender female, date of admission to the hospital is 28/3/2020. Marital status, she is a widow, two children lives away, religion Christian, and language she knows Hindi and English. Her occupation is she is a volunteer worker. Her interests are gardening and she is active in clubs. Her diagnosis is CVA and it is left sided. And her chief complaints were left sided weakness. The main thing is she is left-handed she is a left-handed person. And comes to personal and social history, she lives in her own home now in a four-bedded room when she comes to the when she since she is in the hospital. Frequently reports difficulty in sleeping in the hospital. Until she was hospitalized, she slept 6 to 7 hours a night. Has incontinence at times. She needs assistance in bathing, feeding, etc. She misses her friends and describes herself as mess. Believes independence, likes to interact with her own age group. So when it comes to the nursing process, the first thing as in all kinds of nursing process, the first thing is assessment. So in the assessment part, you just remember that we need to assess the physical, psychological, and social environment. Those three environment which she has mentioned in her theory: physical environment, psychological environment, and social environment. Is there any deviation in any of these kinds of environment? So here in this case, we can focus is on environment of the patient. What is environment contributing to disability of illness of Mrs. James? What are inhibiting factors? That is position of bedside table, lack of flowers, too far from window, slippery, cold floor, lack of space, four-bedded room as I already told, too many people in room, noisy area. So those things are coming in the assessment. So we can make the subjective data and objective data as based on the patient's things. That is mainly we have to focus on those three environment. And when it comes to the nursing diagnosis, which is related to the this based on this assessment, we can make the nursing diagnosis. Then planning would be same, what to be done to improve the environment, and the implementation is based on that. And finally, the evaluation will be whether she has achieved the normal thing, whether she is getting a proper environment or not. That we are giving more focus in this case. So here we can give some possible nursing diagnosis based on Nanda Nursing Diagnosis 2020. Disturbed sleeping pattern, bathing self-care deficit, feeding self-care deficit, toileting self-care deficit, impaired social interaction, and you can add more on based on your patient's condition.